there. Today we're going to be doing abdominals and back muscles, and back exercises. Why those two together? Because muscles work in pairs and strong abs support your back. Be mindful when you're doing these exercises if you have any issues with your back or abdomen. And you're going to learn how important it is to have strong legs to do abdominal work and back work. So if you find these exercises particularly difficult, work on the first tape I did, which was for standing pose, or video rather, that was for standing poses to strengthen your legs. Okay, so we're starting in simple Sukhasana. Get the buttock flesh out of the way. Sitting nice and upright. Rest your hands on your thighs to begin with. Just start to become aware of your body. Be aware of the outer edges of your feet, your sit bones on the floor. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Make sure your weight is over those sit bones. Shoulders balanced over your hips. Shoulders relaxed, neck long, head level, eyes level, and head balanced over your shoulders. Beginning to become aware of your body, and then take your fingertips to the floor and then turn the palms. So even in this pose we're going to start working the abdominals. So what I want you to do is draw the lower belly back, see if you can tighten just above the pubic bone, pull up on the perineum. Inhale, raise the arms up into the air. Inhale, turn the palms, keep the tension on the abdomen. Exhale brings you down. So what we're trying to do is get that, to just take a rest. I'm trying to get the breath to come up into that rib cage again. So go again, pull the lower belly back, pull up on the perineum, turn the palms. Inhale. Ujjayi breath if you can do it. Turn the palms. Exhale brings them down. Turn the palms, inhale. Bring the breath right up to the collarbones. Turn the palms, exhaling. Last time. Turn the palms, inhale. Really fill the lungs to capacity. Turn. Now, as you exhale, see if you can take that energy and drop it into the solar plexus on the exhales. Store the energy in your solar plexus and relax. Go back to normal breathing. So you're going to start by laying down on the floor. So laying down in a straight line, then bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. Press your hands down so you can lift your chest and slide those shoulder blades down towards your buttocks so the chest stays lifted. Now we're going to inhale, exhale, press your lower back into the floor, flatten out the lumbar curve, tips up the tailbone. See if you can hold that there as you breathe. And relax, feel the back go into its natural curves, the area of your waist. Once more, inhale, exhale, pressing your lower back into the floor. Tightening just above the pubic bone, pulling up in the perineum. So again, see if you can hold that while you breathe. Relax, go back to neutral on the spine. Third time, inhale, exhale, press the back into the floor, tighten above the pubic bone, pull up on the perineum, and then inhale. Exhale, keep the belly drawn back. one stage further. Inhale, exhale, press your lower back into the floor. Tighten above the pubic bone, pull up on the perineum, and lift your head and chest. Lift your hands off the floor, look between your legs. Lowering the head slowly back towards the floor, lowering the arms. Interlace your hands behind your head. Your head's very heavy, it weighs about 15 pounds. So when we try to lift the head like that, it's often very uncomfortable on the neck for many people, so I suggest you support it. And with your head supported, inhale, exhale, back goes into the floor, raise your head and chest up, look between your legs. Now you're going to keep your head supported with your right hand, stretch your right leg away from you and lift it about a foot off the floor, our old measurements, and then stretch your left arm away. Place the right foot back on the floor, support your head again and lower the head to the floor. We go again on the left side. Inhale, exhale, press your back into the floor, lift your head and chest. So this time keep your left hand supporting your head, stretch your left leg away from you or foot off the floor, release your right hand and stretch it towards your feet. Foot comes back to the floor, support your head, lower your head down towards the floor. We're starting to up the ante now, so at any time you can decide if it's too much, go back to the previous exercise. So inhale, exhale, press your lower back into the floor, lift your head and chest up. Stretch your right leg away from you, stretch your left leg away from you, and breathe. And put the feet back on the floor, lower your head, release your hands. Well done. So we do a little bit of a stretch out now. You're going to cross your legs, so cross your right leg over the left, hook the toes round if you can, and then stretch your right arm out onto the floor, take your left hand onto the right knee and draw the knee across your body. Turn your head to look at your right hand, making sure you've got that right shoulder firmly fixed to the floor. Inhale brings the knees back up. Exhale releases the pose. And then cross to the other side. So left leg over right, hook the toes if you can. Left hand out to the side, shoulder height. Take your right hand onto the left knee and then drawing that knee across you towards the floor. Turn your head to look at the left hand. Inhale brings the knees back up. Exhale releases the pose. And then you're going to bend your knees onto your chest. Inhale, exhale, sit yourself up. So the next pose is variations on Navasana, boat pose. So you've done half boat, we're going to do full boat now, but with variations. Again, listen to your body, you know what you can do. Sometimes it can be a bit of a challenge. So you're going to start by get your chest to be nice and upright, be aware of your sit bones, and then tip back slightly so your feet come off the floor, and then bring your shins up So balance. Get to that point first. Stretch your arms away if you can. And if that's all you want to do, or you just want to stay supported, that's fine. If you want to take it a bit further, you're going to lean back slightly, stretch your legs away, and then pull them in. Stretch them away, 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 pull them in. Last time, stretch them away, pull them in. Hold on to the backs of the knees. So re-establish that nice V. Whoops, my feet have just gone to the floor. And then, if you can or want to, take your arms away, stretch your legs up, full boat pose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold behind the knees, put the feet back on the floor. Woo, well done. So this last one is a real challenge. See how you get on. Take it to the point where you're comfortable and no more. We're going to do something laying on the floor. Now if you're near a wall and you take your arms over your head, you can have that middle finger just touching the wall. If it comes away from the wall when we do this exercise, it's telling you you're doing it with back muscles and not abdominals. If you haven't got the wall, don't worry. So again, get those shoulder blades down the back. And then bring the arms over the head, and if possible, see if you can have the backs of the hands flat on the floor. And then bend your knees and stretch your legs up into the air. So I'm looking for 90 degrees if possible. If not, you might be to here, wherever they are at the moment. So if you're at 90 degrees, be aware of the shape of your back and what's touching the floor at the moment. And feel the difference when you bring your arms over your head by your side, how it flattens out the lumbar curve. So take the arms back over your head, and I want you to be aware of that lumbar curve the whole of the time you're doing this, and you need to maintain it. You don't want to start to tip the pelvis. Whatever the shape is at the moment, you need to maintain that shape when we start to move the legs. The legs have to work very strongly in this, because if they don't, you just won't be able to control it. So stretch your heels away from you when we start to exhale and lower your legs to the floor. So the kneecaps are lifted, the thighs are engaged, go on down, all the way down. So it's not too slowly. On the exhale, to the floor. Relax for a minute if you'd like to. And then bring the feet together, bend your knees. Take your legs up into the air again. Okay. Be aware of your back. And then go again. Inhale. And on the exhale, stretch your heels away from you as you lower your legs to the floor, all the way down. Bend your knees onto your chest. Legs into the air. Exhaling as you take them down. And that's all you might want to do. It might be that you get to here and you say you can't go any further and you need to put your feet down. That's fine too. We want to be doing it with belly muscles and not back muscles. It's wherever you are at this moment in time. So if you want to carry on doing what we've just done, here's the challenge for those of you who find that reasonably easy. Stretch your legs up into the air. Just be aware of your legs. Stretch your heels up towards the sky. Kneecaps lifted to engage the thighs. So this is where your maths come in. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, exhale, and lower your legs just to 45 degrees, halfway. Push away with your heels. Now breathe. Now bring them down to 30 degrees. Back up to 45. Back up to 60. exhale lowers them all the way to the floor. Woo. Oh, bring your arms over, let the legs relax. Yee. And bring your feet together. We'll just move on swiftly. Bend your right knee onto your chest. Hold on just below the knee. Draw the knee down toward your shoulder. Stretch away with the left leg. And release. Bend your left knee onto your chest. Draw it down towards your shoulder, stretch away with the right leg. And release. Bend both knees onto your chest, lift your head, wrap your arms round so you can try and hold on to an elbow, and then take your head back to the floor, tuck your chin towards your chest, and see how much of your back you can push into the floor, especially your lower back. Stretch it out. And then put your feet flat on the floor. We're going to do bridge pose now. You're all aware of bridge. So depending on your capabilities, we're going to do dynamic bridge today. So if you want to, you can do a bridge just putting a pile of blocks and bricks underneath your lower back as you've done in class. But because I don't have any blocks here, I'm just going to do a dynamic one for you. So bring your feet, come up on your toes and bring your heels as near to your buttocks as you can. If you want to, you can shrug your shoulders down and you can stand on your fingers. If not, it really doesn't matter. And then from there, you're going to do the same as we've been doing. Press your lower back into the floor, scoop up and lift your hips as high as they go. Tuck your shoulders under, lift your hips and breathe. And then lowering down. Come down one vertebra at a time. Really engage your belly muscles. Pull them back. Pull them back. So you can lay one vertebrae down at a time till you're flat on the floor. And then go into neutral. And then once more, press your lower back into the floor, scooping up. Scoop up, see how high you can go. And lowering down. Back into neutral. On the third time, go again, press your back into the floor, scooping up. Go as high as you can. And for those of you, if you want to tighten your buttock muscles as well, knees come together and then apart. Together and apart. Go again. Knees together, apart. Together, apart. Together, apart. Together, apart. Together, apart. Together, apart. Push up as high as you can. And then slowly lower down. Pull back the belly. Draw it back, laying each vertebrae down onto the floor. Nice and slowly. Release your hands from underneath your feet if they're there. Take your hands behind your knees. Inhale, exhale to sit yourself up. So now coming down onto the floor, onto your tummies. First pose, Sphinx. We're going to be like the Sphinx in the middle of the desert. I'd like your elbows underneath your shoulders, hands coming forward. So this is the first of your back bends. The important thing with this pose is you don't let your shoulders come up round your ears. So press down with your arms. elongate the neck, look forward. So in this one, the legs can be relaxed. Just become aware of that bend in your back. So the navel has to stay on the floor. Just breathe. Exhaling, lower your head, so you need to widen the elbows to bring your forehead down to the floor. Bring the hands further back so that the fingertips are in line with your shoulders. Elbows are in and pointing up towards the ceiling. So in this cobra, we're going to keep the buttocks soft. So what you're going to do is you're going to start to lift your head, push your chin along the floor. Lift your head up, lift your chest, start to press down gently with your hands, come up. No more than the navel. Feel it in your lower back. If it's too much, come down. Lowering down. So now bring your feet together. Press your heels together, tighten your buttocks. So do this same pose, chin along the floor, lift your head, press down with the hands and see how the work of the legs protects your lower back. And lowering down. Relax your head. Relax your legs. I've got cramp. So you're going to take your arms down by your side, palms down, put your chin on the floor. Raise your right leg up as high as it will go and stretch it out to the hip joint. And lower down. Raise your left leg up into the air, stretch it out to the hip joint and lower it down. So I'm going to give you some different instructions to a normal locust today. I want you to make a fist with your hand and your thumb will be onto the floor, and I want you to slide your hands underneath your body so that they're resting on the tops of your thighs. And then you're going to press down with your fists, raise both legs off the floor. And lower the legs, release the fists, turn your head to the right and relax. And turn your head back to the front again. Put your chin on the floor, or put your forehead on the floor, I don't mind which, whichever's convenient. We're going to do bow pose. So take your arms back by the side of you, bend your legs up, grab hold of the ankles if you can. And then again, work of the legs in this pose. Push your heels up towards the sky. And in order to lift both ends of the body, it's the legs that will work. So an inhale, lift your chest off the floor, lift your knees by pushing your shins away from you and pushing your heels up towards the sky. Keep pushing up towards the sky. And lower the legs down. Release the legs, put one hand on top of the other, rest your forehead. Be aware of your body, be aware of your heart. And then with your hands underneath your shoulders and press up to all fours. So we're going to release the back out with cat-cow. So spread your fingers, arms are straight, elbow joints looking at each other, the inside elbow joints. And then exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round your spine, look towards your navel. And hold. Feel the stretch across your shoulders, the stretching out of your back. And then start to look forward, take the tailbone up to the sky, arching you back in the reverse direction, and hold. Go on, taking the tailbone higher and higher. And then look towards the navel once more. Inhale, look towards the front and up. Tailbone to the sky, chest lifted, press down with the hands. And then you're going to walk the hands back until you're balanced on your shins and knees. So we're going to just take a quick look at camel. So last back pose, last back bend. So I'd like you to take your thumbs and to place them in those little dimples on your back, your sacroiliac joints there. Elbows are back, chest is lifted. So in this kind of back bend, it's the work of the chest. The chest has to lift, so your back body has to roll over your kidneys. So in this one, I want you to just press down into those sacroiliac joints to push your hips forward. So that's the direction your hips have to stay forward. And just concentrate on lifting your chest. So a big inhale. Lift your chest. Go on lifting it up so you can look up towards the ceiling if it's comfortable on your neck. Go on lifting up. Push the hips forward. And this might be enough for you. But if you want to take it any further, I'm going to suggest today you turn your toes under. It's an easy way of getting there. Just turn the toes under so the heels are off the floor. Go on pushing your hips forward. And then if you want to, you can just lean back and just find a heel. Or not, you can just slide your hands down the backs of your thighs until you find your feet. And then once you've got your heels, push your hips forward again. You don't have to have the head back. It can look straight forward if it's more comfortable in your head and neck. Whatever works for you. And then take your hands off your feet, spring back up again, let the feet relax back to the floor, and then you're just going to sit back on your heels, very slowly, sit back on your heels, ooh, pop the knee, and then take your hands forward, stretching out slowly into child's pose. So really stretch your fingertips as far forward as you can as you press your hips back towards your heels, and then rest your forehead down. Allowing the body to recover from all its hard work. And then looking forward, lifting the head, walk the hands back. Now, it might be that you're quite comfortable to stay sitting on your heels, so that's fine. If you don't find this comfortable, then any comfortable sitting pose, you could do it on a chair, you can do cross-legged, whichever is comfortable for you. I'm going to stay seated on my heels for this next part. So I've done alternate nostril breathing in the last video. This one, these two complement what we've been working on. And the first one is called Bastrika, which is like is a bellows breath. So if you like to take your hands to the outer side of your ribs, so they're resting round your ribs, so you can be aware. This is the part we want to be working in this. So you're going to draw the abdomen back, and then as you breathe in, see if you can get those ribs to come out to the side, like blacksmith's bellows. So you're going to do it reasonably slowly, because I think if you haven't done this before, you'll find you're going to feel dizzy. So inhale, come out to the side, exhale, feel and come back in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. A couple of quick ones. Okay, relax. So the last one is Kapalabhati, which is like the punch in the abdomen. You concentrate on the out breath, you don't worry about the in breath. So, how to do it? There is two different ways. The easy way is to do it breathing out through the mouth, so it's you can see the abdomen move, I hope. The traditional way is to actually do it through the nose, so it's a So the traditional way, it's called shining skull, Kapalabhati. So it will clear your sinuses, shines your skull, but it also acts, you're literally punching here, this area, with the breath. So whichever way you prefer. So the hands just rest on your thighs. Start by relaxing your shoulders, make sure you're in, balanced in your upright position. And then whichever you choose. So I'm going to count about 25 breaths. You might want to do less than that. See how you get on. So nice. Ready to go? So it's a exhale. And relax. And those of you who want to go again, see if you want to go, if you can feel you can do it. So ready to go? And just normal breath. Just close your eyes for a minute. Then bring your hands together in front of your chest. Namaste.